Today marks 6 years since 17 people were killed during a school shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School. Broward County coming together to remember those killed. In Coral Springs, students and staff at Eagle Ridge Elementary School gathered together on their PE field this morning to create the shape of a heart. And that is just such a beautiful sentiment. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tiffany Kenny.
And I'm Stephen Graves. Right now, flags across the state are at half-staff to honor those who were killed. Governor Ron DeSantis is making today Marjory Stoneman Douglas Remembrance Day. In a statement, he says the state and nation will always remember the victims and will never forget the first responders and law enforcement officers who responded to the call that day.
We have team coverage as we mark 6 years since the mass shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School. Morning anchor Aaron Guy and Josie Carbonari are live this afternoon in Parkland, and we're going to start with Aaron because Aaron, students participated in a day of service.
A day of service, that's right. It's a sad day, it's a somber day, but the day of service and love here in the school district is all about making a difference and finding the positive, and that's what they wanted students to do today. We've been here just across the street from the sign that marks the school, where they have been honoring the 17 victims of that tragic day in 2018 for the last 6 years with a little memorial garden. And I was able to grab one of these. It's a little rock. It says MSD. Someone brought them out this morning, freshly painted. If you look at the little memorial, you'll see fresh flowers, and you'll also see freshly painted rocks with positive messages. I want to show the pictures of the 17 victims that everyone vowed never to forget, and today people taking the time to remember them. As while many people do come to this memorial, and they have for the past 6 years, there are a few of them, but everyone really wants a more permanent memorial. They want something that they can go to year round, that they can see, and that will be here forever. I want to bring in my colleague Josie Carbonari to talk a little bit about some of the people you talked to today, because we were over there by that memorial, but also some plans to hopefully make this permanent. I know a lot of people want that.
Yeah, and Aaron, the thing about Parkland is that everybody is connected in some way. We've been talking about this all morning. I did speak with one nurse who was over at the makeshift memorial here at Marjory Stoneman Douglas. She said she can't believe it's been 6 years at this point. She was here when it happened. She has 2 sons that go to the school. She says every February 14th, every Valentine's Day just hits so heavy for her. It's different for her and very sad. It reminds her of what happened that day. And I did speak also with some volunteers who make this memorial possible. Again, it's a makeshift memorial. There is going to be a permanent one that's made eventually. But we did see earlier, as you can see in this video here that we're going to show you, Palm Beach County Sheriff deputies, they also had a moment of silence here at this memorial. There are special rocks, as you were showing earlier, with positive messages, and also the names of the 17 victims that they will continue to honor, and they make sure that garden area is upkept throughout the year each month. Now, later on in the next couple of weeks, 6 finalists are in the running to design what will eventually become the official Parkland 17 Memorial Foundation memorial. It'll have photos of the victims, their names, and the number 17, and we're expecting to see some of those ideas presented later this spring.
And I think it's been 6 years. I think people are ready for it. They would like something permanent. Josie, thank you so much. You know, over the past 6 years, the big push has been for change in gun laws. And Florida has created a lot of changes when it came to how to move forward after the tragedy here at Parkland. But one of the modifications now being called into question right now, the age of when you can buy a gun. That's what people are talking about in Tallahassee. And while it's unlikely to happen, there is a lot of conversation going on. In 2018, the state legislature and then Governor Rick Scott, they approved a law increasing the minimum age to buy a gun to 21. Now lawmakers currently in session are considering reducing that again, making it the age requirement 18. Now, while Senate subcommittee approved the bill, we're told the Senate may not even take it up right now. We do not think it's going to be approved, but it's something that's created a lot of chatter and that a lot of people are talking about. Meanwhile, back here in Parkland, this is expected to be the last anniversary where Building 1200, where the shooting happened, is still standing. Over the last 6 years, it has stood barely touched. It's been a crime scene. It's been used in trials. It's been used in convictions. It's been used in acquittals. And it's been used to take a lot of tours as well. The Broward County School District says that the decision was made after speaking with health and safety experts and for the concern of students and staff on campus that they want to get rid of this building. They want it demolished. It's been preserved, as I said, as a crime scene for the last 6 years. families have toured it. We know congressional leaders in hopes of making some gun changes. So many people have made that push. We talked to one congressman who says, I'd like to have one more tour if possible with some lawmakers. That's yet to be seen, but this summer that building should come down. Meanwhile, a lot happening later on today. My Tiffany Kinney, I know, will be joining our team coverage later on this evening down here as more services take place. For now, we're live in Parkland. Tiffany and Stephen, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Erin, thank you for that.